If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Cameron. I'm Ambitious Cam, and this is Cam Survives. Today, I know it's been 2 weeks since I've got an upload out there for you guys, and I'm very sorry for that. But, like I told you, it's the 4th of July, and I had to make sure I took that time to spend with my family, and I had other things going on, a lot of other stuff going on. I've had some sorting out I've had to do, other things that I needed to take care of, and I've started taking care of them. The thing is I don't have everything in place right now. I'm still working things out. I'm still grinding things out with my ride, with my home, with my work, with my hustles, and my craft. You know, guys, I am also working on my own craft, my own individual craft. Not that everybody else is doing necessarily, but my own. I took bits and pieces of other people's crafts, I guess, and I'm formulating my own craft. And I'm out here at this little park by this creek right here because it's absolutely amazing. I haven't actually checked it out much because I have been on my computer this morning trying to bust up content for my gaming channel and getting that done. But I want to sit here and enjoy this nature because it's been a while. I've been busy grinding, working all week last week and the week before. Guys, I know, like I said, it's been 2 whole weeks since you guys have been able to see an episode. I started a new job 2 weeks ago. I had orientation Monday and Tuesday that first week, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I worked at the actual job. I got a job as a order picker. I drive an order picking truck. It's a forklift, but it's a platform you stand on. Anyways, I won't bore you guys with that. So yeah, I was working all last week and the week before. This whole last week that I just finished up, because today is Saturday now, and I'll be getting this episode out Monday. This Monday, you guys will be seeing it now, right? So I put that time in, and it's great. It's from 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And granted, I didn't get out of there right at 1:30. You know, around 1:40, 1:45, 1:50 sometimes. It just really depends. And I just got all of my equipment 2 days ago on Thursday, right? And yesterday, Friday, I actually got my tablet, my scanner, my printer assigned to me. It's in my name. It's assigned to me for the job. And so I was able to finally rock and roll completely on my own yesterday. So come Monday, I'll be able to hit the ground running fresh from start to finish, because Friday morning we had to spend that time setting all the computer, the tablets and stuff up. It was a bit of a headache. We didn't get it started right away, So Monday we'll be able to start fresh and be able to do my own thing from the start, from 5 a.m. on. But I've been enjoying the heck out of that work so far. I do feel a little sense of urgency, but that's my natural thing, because like when I'm taking my time and I'm doing things at a steady, slower flow, pace, I get tired really easily. Like I'll start yawning, my eyes will get heavy, and even if I'm not even tired, I will find myself yawning and being tired. Like my mind is set to go faster, especially when I'm working, like because I click like that. And I do mess up from time to time, but if I were to compare myself to other people in that sense, I would say I mess up just as often as they do, even if they're taking their sweet ass time and moving at a snail's pace. So, and you guys know I don't like to compare myself with other people ever. But if I would like to, or if I were to compare myself to other people, I would say it's about the same. I don't mess up a lot. I'm on point 97, 99% of the time. But the thing is my mind is just, I gotta pop. I'm still learning to control that, because when I'm working the computers, it is just tap, scan, tap, that kind of thing. And it's like a very, very, quick. And, a lot of the times I move faster than the equipment can move with me. So I'll freeze up the tablet, or something will happen to where I'll end up having to slow down anyways. And I've realized that I move faster than the computer system can, do its thing. So that is something that I have to consider moving forward, that I have to be mindful of, that I have to try to find that balance. But like, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll be there at 5, 4:45. I like to get there early. They have a Keurig machine that's directly water direct line to the plumbing there. I get in there all last week. I have black tea pods, and my Contigo cup that you guys probably haven't seen yet, or it's been a while since you've seen it, but I've had it for like 6 years almost. It takes 2 of those, filled up 10 ounces, so about 20 ounces with a little bit of room on top. And I'll put a little bit of ice in there to cool it down at first, but put the tea in there, it's hot tea. And then throughout the day, I'll add ice to it to cool it down. And, over time, I'll drink it throughout the day. And then I'll brew up some coffee on my last lunch, on my lunch break, which is my last break of the day. It works out really weird like that. But I don't want to bore you guys with all those details. I just want to let you guys know I am doing well. I hope you all are doing well can be. All right, I'm happy to say that I'm doing well. My ride's back there. She's getting some sun. That's where I've been since about 9:30 this morning. That's right, I did not get up super early because I overslept my alarm. But it's okay. I mean, I was planning on getting up at like 6:30, but I didn't get to sleep until midnight because last night I worked DoorDash. Because when I got off of work, what I've been doing when I get off of work, I get off at 1:30, 2 o'clock-ish, between there, right? I go to the library, I get my editing done, I get a video uploaded, then I go DoorDash, or I go to the beach on Monday or Tuesday. And I've been staying really busy. I have not been able to make much time to put this video together till now because it's the weekend. But yeah, I got up here around 9:30, started working my videos, and been doing well. I've been eating a lot of crap. I've been breaking my own rules, I guess, because I've been eating a lot of pizza. I've been eating damn near every day for the last 3 weeks. It's been kind of rough for me because now I'm putting back on that weight again, and I don't want to do that. And so yesterday I went all day without eating anything. Of course, I had my calories from my teas and my coffee and the honey. I put honey in my hot tea and my hot coffee. I'm not using sugar now, or at least not for now. Pure sugar, sugar cane. There's sugar in the honey, obviously, I know that. But I'm using honey in it instead. And it's been working out really well for me. But yesterday, while I was door dashing, yesterday evening, it was like 8:30 already last night. I was doing a DoorDash. I was at McDonald's, and I had an order come through, and I knew it'd be like 5 minutes before it was going to be ready. So I went ahead and I ordered myself through the McDonald's app a caramel iced coffee, a large one. And I got in there. Of course, my price was $0 because I used my app, my points through my app. So I was getting a free one because I wanted the energy. Anyways, I got in there. They're super busy. They're chaotic, and I can get back to that in a moment. But I'm here. I'm waiting for the order that DoorDash has sent me to pick up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm here to pick up this order for this DoorDash, and then for Cameron, for myself. And she's like, what is it? I tell her what it is. She looks up there for like a half a second, maybe 2 seconds. She's like, I don't see it, but I'll make it for you. What was it? She's like, and I told her what it was, and she's like, it's all right if I don't see it. We love you guys. We love DoorDash, and it was awesome. It was a great interaction between that lady and I. She's pretty young, and she was in good spirits, even though with all the chaos going on, and she acted like she didn't have much to do, but that's not important. What is important is I got a free freaking drink, and I got caffeinated for free, and I still got it on my app because it didn't go through. That's the thing. From what I understand, it did not go through, so I still have one more free, more points. because I believe a large caramel iced coffee is 3,000 points, and I have like 5,500 or something like that. And so there's a blessing right there, and she was such a sweetheart, and I had so much downtime, and the thing is I don't rush no more when it comes to that, and I can touch base on that more also. But McDonald's itself, apparently the McDonald's across town in the next small town over had turned off their online orders, so that specific McDonald's was getting twice the amount of orders that it would normally get on a Friday night. So they were bum rushed. They were chaos in there. And I'd been door dashing since I think it was probably like 4:30 or 5 in the afternoon, and I had been in there numerous times. And I had come in the later evening, and there was a different manager on shift, and like from the time I was coming in prior to that with the other management on duty, there was no fussing, there was no anger or nothing, no animosity, no disrespect in the building. At least I didn't really notice it. But they were getting very, very far behind. They were not keeping up with the food preparation, cooking enough stuff in enough time. They weren't trained, or they weren't paying attention to it, or whatever the case may be. But when I had come in that one time, and there was a new management on shift, this guy, he flipped the switch on everybody. I thought he was cool, like he's putting his fucking foot down. He's telling them what it needs to be happening, telling them that they already know what should have been happening, because they acting like it was their first day on the job there, and they were acting like complete noobs. Yeah, I mean all their screens were completely filled up with orders from left to right, top to bottom, damn near. But they were still backing up. But the thing is too, and you guys should probably know this already, if you guys like McDonald's at all or go to McDonald's, they brought the snack wrap back, and people are going crazy over it. It's crazy. It's absolutely on fire right now. And last night I seen it firsthand. Many of my orders I took out last night, or I would just say 3 or 4, because I didn't do all that many orders, because I've gotten a lot more picky on the orders I choose. But there's 3 or 4 different times that I was in there, constantly snack wraps on the table, constantly snack wraps going to my customers. So snack wraps are definitely on fire right now, and it's understandable. It's a rarity item, when the rib comes in season. It's hot, and it's just the way it is. But this manager, he was trying to put his foot down, and there was a lot of backlash from the employees in the back that were already there before the manager got on shift. So it was kind of a switch over, like a half and half, like one will start halfway through somebody else's, shift, or whatever, how it works. It's not for me to give a shit about, I guess. But he was trying to put his foot down. He got a bunch of backlash. So he calls up his manager, his boss, and is like, I can't do this. We've been dealing with this, and that. We're getting ate up over here. I'm not staying. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. And like, the guy, he seemed like he was really calm about it, but you could feel the frustration in his voice. And that's kind of something that I was thinking about myself when I do my interactions with people. And that's what I do a lot of nowadays, is I observe people. I mean, I've done that for a long time. I just really didn't realize why I was doing it. I was lost in that sense. But I was observing the whole room, everybody going on as much as I can, process. My brain's only human after all. I haven't switched over yet. Give it time. But I was observing his behavior over the phone and interacting with the employees. Now, I think that he could have taken that approach with the employees a little differently. My opinion, my perspective, of course. I don't think he would have got as much backlash if he had gone about it a softer way. But nonetheless, he was putting his foot down, and he was remaining pretty calm over it. And that's what I was taking away from that too, was that calmness that he had. But before I get into that, talk about the door dashing. I have tried door dashing a couple of times earlier on in the week, to no avail. Maybe a couple of orders at decent price payout, but I definitely know that Sundays are kind of finicky because of church and all that. But Monday and Tuesday, and mostly Wednesday, DoorDash is dead. But I DoorDashed a bit on Monday and Tuesday because I had nothing else going on. I know I could have been making this video, but the thing is I couldn't get away from that. I felt like I had to be there. And I was there, and I was able to process my thoughts and plan things ahead a little bit in my downtime while I was DoorDashing. I felt like I needed to do that. Plus, I'm still figuring out the area, working first thing in the morning. It's a lot to sort out. So I have gotten some progress with that. I have gotten better, and I have been DoorDashing. Last night I did amazing. I'm not going to tell you guys how much I made, but it was amazing. And I didn't kill my car. I didn't kill all the gas in my car, which was nice too. I've gotten really particular with what orders I take and how far I go, which direction I'm going, and so on and so forth. So, and I'm really happy with that. Really happy. So, back to what I was talking about before. Reflecting on seeing people and how they interact with other people and environments. I understand that I have to keep my composure no matter what. And I reflected on that, watching that manager handle his business up there at McDonald's. And I think that I learned something last night. I learned that there are other people out there practicing holding back that anger, not necessarily holding it back. He might have been holding it back, but it allowed me to see it a little differently maybe than what he was looking at it. And I've talked about this in previous episodes. Every interaction you are creating the world that you have around you. Every thought that you allow to go through your head and you stick with is sculpting your environment, is sculpting your world. You are controlling this world with your thoughts. You may not believe it, but it's true. My opinion, of course. And if you believe that, do me a favor, smash that like button. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing right now, because I want you guys to hear what I got to say. I am processing it, and I've told you guys, like I said, I'm in a different mindset nowadays. Like, I still feel the anger trying to come on to me. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Trying to take over me. Let that, the devil trying to come in. But I'm like, no, there's no reason to get hung up on this. There's no reason to be angry, because this too shall pass. As all good things and all bad things come and go. It is the way it is. This life is a beautiful life. And I think that there's a lot that we could learn from watching the world around us. The world around us is our creation. If you believe that God is the great I am, and that everything is at peace through him, when you say, I am that I am, you are speaking of yourself and God in the same instance. Now, you do not have the mystical, the magical ability to make trees start sprouting out of nowhere. Maybe we do. I can't say either way. I definitely haven't tapped into that ability, but I definitely know that we create our environment. What we allow into our lives is in a combination of what we're thinking about in our own head. Because I think of positivity, I think of income coming in, I think positively, and I'm at peace And I feel so good when I'm helping other people. It all just goes together, you know? Don't hang on to the negative energy. Don't be angry. Once that anger tries to get a hold of you, recognize it and stop it and say, it's not bad. It's not that bad. All it is a lesson in some form or another. And you have to realize that it's a lesson. And lessons are meant to be taught and learned from, right? So that is God using us. You know, we're working together. We are the same. Just like the yin and yang. They are not different. But instead, they are exactly the same. The same thing. So if you let anger in, you think about angry stuff. You think about negative energy. And when you think about negative energy and negative stuff around you, you start seeing that more. Just like when you buy a brand new car, and then you start seeing that car everywhere. It's because now that car has brought your mind to its attention, right? So when your mind's brought to the negative attention, you're going to start seeing more of that negative attention. And that negative energy is so damn powerful. It consumes you if you're not aware of it. Because the next thing you know, you're thinking about this being negative and that other stuff being negative too. And why is all this negative shit happening to me? But instead of doing that, I got a bug up there messing with my head. Instead of doing that, you guys take that negative feeling that you start to get initially and recognize what it is. It's an imposter. Because negative energy should not exist within a human being of God's creation. Yes. Understand me, please. Drop a comment below. All right? We are all here. We all fight similar battles. This life was never meant to be easy. This life was never meant for you to have everything in the world, you know? Or have everything you want. It's not about that. First of all, you got to take gratification for what you already have. You got to be grateful for what you have in your life already. That's why my black beauty back there is all I need right now. Other than that van I told you guys about, which we'll get to that at another time. It's kind of stagnant right now. Nothing's happening with it. So we will get back to that topic at another time. But yeah, Black Beauty is my home. And Black Beauty is really small. Black Beauty doesn't have a shit ton of space. But Black Beauty has pretty much everything I need right inside of it. Now, I did drop off a few winter stuff, you know, things at my sister's house where my van is at. And my sister is holding all my important papers and stuff like that. I don't carry all that with me. So I don't have that. I don't have absolutely everything. But other than that, everything I have is in that vehicle right there. And I am so grateful that I have it. And I'm thankful that I was able to have it. And I'm thankful that I'm able to wake up every single day and start a new chapter in my life. Because the way I look at it is, if you're not growing, you're dying. And I don't want to die, at least not in that sense. If I'm on this earth, I want to feel like I'm alive. So I've got to grow. And I've got to do what I want to do, along with the things that I don't want to do. Because they are the same thing. Right? If you're not hearing that, let me say it again. I am going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to do what I have to do, because they are the same thing. They are both intertwined. They're parallel. They're the same thing. I'm going to have to do it regardless. So I'm not going to be mad and bitch about it, like I do hear other people complaining about this job sucks and this and that. And it's your perspective on it. It's what you think, what you believe. If you believe the job is garbage, then it's garbage. But if you believe that same job is fucking a godsend, then it's a godsend. It is how you look at it. It's how the world will be reflected back to your eyes. That's how that works. All right, guys. I love each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you. And I look forward to putting out more content similar to this. I want to grow. I want to grow on it. I definitely do. I still feel so strong in just following Lao Tzu, you know, following Tao Te Ching, you know, the Tao, the way, you know. I try not to control anything anymore in my life. And through my days of training, when I was riding along with somebody else and having to be up close and personal with them, because we're on that platform on the lift and there's not a whole lot of room, and I had interactions with this person and I learned a bunch of stuff already, like right away, about that person, because we spent all that time together, 3 days, 8-hour shifts. And I felt a part of me trying to judge her, but I wasn't allowing that to happen. I felt a part of me getting aggravated at her lack of ambition at the job in general, you know, just ambition in general. But I didn't judge that. It's just like, that's her. If she wants to do that, then it's her right to do that. And I'm not going to be mad or, you know, look down on her or not interact with her because of that. It's her own, she's her own person. She's an individual. But I want to see more and more people putting that effort forward to be happy. And it's not all that much effort. It's like, once you start getting that ball going, it's the same thing as the negativity. It all becomes natural, second nature. It's all just, it happens. Again, I'm not perfect. I find my flaws every day. And I just do my best to try to grow on it every single day. Yeah. Well, we're out here in nature, off the side of the road here, not very far, but it's still nice. I'm doing well, and I hope you all are doing well. Do me a favor and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We will see you in the next episode.